This is a mostly unedited fight against the final boss of Project Wingman in VR on hard difficulty. I'll pop in during downtimes to share some thoughts. It left me speechless, turning into a full-blown bullet hell in stereo 3D and forcing crazy loops and evasive maneuvers all the time. I can't even start imagining this on mercenary difficulty. You can already see in the first stage of this fight that the interface flickering is going to assault my senses a lot, but it's nothing compared to where this is going with stage 2 and stage 3 later on. For being developed by such a small team, Project Wingman sometimes punches way above its weight, and the freeform cinematography in this fight is a great example of that. The music, the ambience, the trails of smoke and flares as Crimson One shoots off rocket salvos one after another, it all hits just right in this fight. And his monologues? Edgy? Yes. Preachy? Yes. Badass nonsense? 200%. Love every single second of it. The first time around, it took me 5 tries to beat him. And the thing that got me every time was that my brain was just giving up at the last section. And you'll see why in a bit. This particular piece of the footage demonstrates pretty well of what the overload looks like during this fight, but you can't really appreciate it unless you are in VR. I have pretty strong VR legs, and I don't feel queasy during these moments at all. But I would lie if I told you I didn't feel like my brain was melting from tracking all the projectiles and trying to evade or pop flares while being on his tail. And then the interference VFX just adds another layer to this torture. Just smacks you on the head. I understand that this is clearly not for everyone, but to me, and I think some other people, Project Wingman in VR is a pinnacle of an action VR shooter, and I really wish we had more of these types of games to sink our teeth in. The only other thing that comes close in theory is Ace Combat 7 with a UE VR mod, and while I haven't tried it yet, I heard mixed things. Plus, a native VR implementation is just always more user-friendly. There are multiple reasons why people may not be hyped for games like these. One is motion sickness, the other is just some people don't like arcade flight combat games, and that's totally fair. But if Ace Combat existing for well over 20 years tells us anything at all, I think it's that there's definitely a place for this type of game in the industry. Oh, I just love the fact that this guy doesn't die after 3 phases and has to pull out the final phase just out of his ass. Literally a top 10 anime fights moment. The coda in the music, the slowdown, the overall just intensifying of the filters. I love this. It's such a chef's kiss after the crescendo that was phase 3 of this fight. Love it. Seriously, Abir Rahmani, Matthew Nguyen, Jose Pavli, y'all rolled a nat 20 on this. I've got nothing else to add. Just enjoy the sunset. Oh, and if you've got a VR headset, a solid PC, and the guts to not barf, play Project Wingman. We need more of this.